The initial installment of the Hyperion Cantos series, Hyperion, 1989, by Dan Simmons, takes readers on a science fiction journey alongside 7 pilgrims as they embark on a quest to safeguard humanity from a malevolent force. Although the book received a varied critical response, it garnered several prestigious accolades, including the 1990 Hugo Award and the 1990 Locus Award for Best Science Fiction Novel. Dan Simmons, a best-selling author, previously worked as a teacher for gifted children before dedicating himself to writing full-time. Having been nominated for Colorado Teacher of the Year, Simmons firmly believes in the power of a skilled creative writing teacher to guide any student in the art of writing. Hyperion unfolds in a future era, thousands of years ahead, where humanity has triumphed over space travel and colonized numerous planets. The collective of human-inhabited planets is now known as the hegemony of man. While the closest allies of humanity are artificial intelligences, AIs, residing on neighboring worlds, these AIs often act in self-interest rather than prioritizing humanity's well-being. Certain planets, such as Hyperion, are designated as outback planets, and accessing them necessitates temporal manipulation and traversing space. Due to their hazardous nature, these planets are undesirable destinations. However, Hyperion faces a brewing turmoil that threatens not only its inhabitants, but also humans residing on other planets. 7 pilgrims, hailing from different worlds, are chosen for a crucial mission to Hyperion, locating the enigmatic time tombs. These enigmatic structures continuously regress in time and are guarded by a formidable entity known as the Shrike. The pilgrims must either vanquish the Shrike or harness the power of the time tombs to ensure the survival of humanity. Hyperion delves into the backgrounds of each pilgrim, exploring their selection process and examining their individual motivations for joining this critical undertaking. The first pilgrim, Paul, is a Catholic priest sent to Hyperion by his superiors out of disdain for him. Upon arriving on Hyperion, he encounters cruciform parasites that infest human bodies, causing death and subsequent resurrection solely to be slain once more. The torment and suffering inflicted by the cruciform parasites are a relentless ordeal for Paul, who desperately attempts to evade their clutches. However, succumbing to their infection, he chooses a drastic act of defiance, crucifying himself on a tree to prevent the parasites from controlling his body. Leaner, another priest among the pilgrims, discovers Paul's fate and mourns his loss. This tragic event compounds the sorrow felt within Catholicism, as each priest's passing brings the religion closer to extinction. Determined to revive Catholicism, Leaner grapples with uncertainty regarding where to begin. Meanwhile, Cassid sets his course for Hyperion in pursuit of his beloved, Moneta, who resides on the planet. Hijacking a shuttle, he lands on Hyperion with apprehension, sensing a change in Moneta's behavior and her waning affection towards him. Departing the planet, Cassid dedicates himself to advocating for peace throughout the universe, leaving behind a disillusioned Moneta who forges an unlikely alliance with the Shrike, an ominous entity seeking humanity's demise. The fourth pilgrim, Martin Silenus, toils as a laborer but harbors an ardent passion for poetry. When he hears of a plan to transform Hyperion into an idyllic haven for artists, he believes he has finally found his rightful place. Striking a deal with the Shrike upon arriving on Hyperion, Silenus secures an extended lifespan, spanning centuries, with the intention of channeling this time into crafting masterful poetry. Sol Weintraub, the fifth pilgrim, a Jewish professor, accompanies his infant daughter, Rachel, on their journey. Rachel suffers from a rare ailment that causes her to age in reverse. Despite being 20 years old, she appears no older than a year. Having heard rumors of a cure for her condition on Hyperion, Sol embarks on a desperate plea to the Shrike for assistance. As for the sixth pilgrim, Braun Lamia, she works as a private investigator, PI. Her father, Senator Byron Lamia, tragically took his own life when she was a young girl, leaving her without any immediate family. While her PI business may be unorthodox, it thrives as she serves as an investigator for artificial intelligences, AIs. Unbeknownst to Braun, the AIs she works with harbor ambitions to create a godlike entity capable of dominating humanity. Deeply in love with an AI named Johnny, who resides in a human-like robotic body, Braun cannot fathom a life without him. However, tragedy strikes when Johnny sustains severe injuries on a neighboring planet caught in the midst of conflict. Desperate to survive, Johnny transfers his consciousness into Braun without her consent or input. Upon awakening, Braun discovers herself worshipped by followers of the Shrike, who view her as the first human vessel harboring an AI consciousness. Many believe she holds the potential to rescue humanity from its own destructive tendencies. Embracing this newfound role, Braun embarks on a journey to Hyperion, intending to confront the Shrike. Meanwhile, the consul, the final pilgrim of the group, bears a mysterious past as the former ruler of Hyperion. The reasons behind his loss of power remain unclear, but he harbors a deep-seated desire to dismantle the hegemony of man, a project responsible for the deaths of his grandparents, Marin Aspic and Ciri. With a plan to unleash the Shrike upon humanity, eliminating anyone obstructing his path, the consul sets in motion his dangerous agenda. The epic journey of each pilgrim continues to unfold in the subsequent book of the series. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.